DMR, DMR. Let's take a look at our DMR. Graph, there it is. I told you it'd be there a few days. Today your graph is going to change, but that's all right. Use the graph below to answer this question. Same graph. We know our t-shirt in this pictograph is equal to 10 t-shirts. Half of a t-shirt, excuse me, is equal to 5. How many more blue Jazzy's shirts, so Jazzy Blue, were sold than blue Ultimate t-shirts? There's blue Ultimate T, okay? So we're comparing between these. I've got to know how many blue Jazzies there were, and I'm counting by 10s and 5s. 10, 25. 25 blue, ooh, that's ugly. Blue Jazzy shirts. There we go. Subtract the number of Ultimate T blue shirts, which there's one picture of a full shirt, so that's 10. 5 subtract nothing is 5. 20 subtract 10 is 10. So we put a 1 in the tens place, and we've got 15. How many more blue Jazzy shirts were sold than blue Ultimate t-shirts? The correct answer is 15. Any questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
It was from
All right, I think you said so. It was from earlier. I'm not sure though, but we're going to move on. All right, choose all that are correct. Which of these shapes has at least one right angle? If I forgot what a right angle was, I have trusty dusty notebook with geometry notes today. I don't know why I switched to the Star Wars theme song, but okay. Our right angle. We know that a right angle. Goodness, we've taken a lot of notes. In our geometry chart, our right angle shows 90 degrees or a perfect corner, like what you would see on a building between a wall and a ceiling, or a wall and a floor. It makes a square. It forms that square. Okay. So the corners that have that perfect square, there are 4 of them. They are B. They are shape D. They are shape F. And which one am I missing? And they are shape C. Got to kind of turn them in your mind's eye there.
One in a row.
When we put our right angle on here, it actually shows that C is a little bit obtuse.
Does it? Which one am I thinking of then?
I think there's only 3.
We just thought it was. It does show that it's obtuse. Dun, dun, dun. I think you're right. There are 3. Look at that, y'all. Teachers.
So guys, I know that it's kind of hard to see these because they're on the screen, but if you get a piece of paper or a Post-it note like this, that is going to be a 90-degree angle. And so you can put it up against the side and see if it fits right in there as a 90 degrees. So if you look, this one's too big, so that one is obtuse. Do you see the difference? So if it's hard to see, get a right angle from a Post-it note or a paper. A little tip.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Bram. That's very helpful. So look at that, guys. Got a nice little tip. Teachers made a mistake. So C will come off of there. It is 3. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, Willem.
How is it a right angle? Because it's the same shape as a square.
It is not the same shape as a square. The reason it is not the same shape as a square is for what Miss Bram just showed. So actually, I think I have a shape here. All right, let's get a square. Yep, here's a square. Okay, so there's a square, right? Nope, let go. There we go. Okay, I can take this and I can, it's not gonna let me turn. Really? You're not gonna turn? Really? You can turn, hold on. Maybe not. Okay. This is not a square. So this is actually, let's see if they have that shape. This shape is actually a parallelogram that they don't have. You're thinking it's a square because it looks like it's turned on its side like this, but it's not. It is actually elongated. See that? Okay, good Lord, so many shapes. That is not the same shape. Two of the sides are longer. That's not a square. Okay, so there's a square. There's that shape. These are not the same. Okay, they're at a different angle. These angles here are smaller. So take a look inside here. This is super, super, super skinny. See that? Look how much wider this one is. Okay, this would not make a square. It would make a diamond shape. This would make a square. Okay, so you guys, that's been a common mistake of this class. I haven't ever seen that mistake before. For some reason, you guys think that a diamond is a square because you're thinking it's just a square turned on its side. A square turned on its side, remember, is still going to have the same 4 sides, and they're going to make that perfect square in each corner. This is wider than a square and skinnier. Those are not the same width. So if I trace it here, look, that one's fat. If I trace this one's skinny. Those are not the same. On a square, they're all the exact same 90 degrees. Straight, 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 straight. This one has a skinny one and a fat one. They're not the same. Okay. Yes, Leah.
If you're looking away, those two shapes are actually the same. The diamond and the other shape.
What's the other shape?
The one that you just, A.
A and what is the same?
The diamond. It's kind of the same thing.
Yes, A looks like a diamond, which we call a rhombus in geometry. All righty, number 3, Mr. Collins is learning to drive a truck. He drives 22 minutes on Monday and 14 minutes on Tuesday. Finally, he drives 6 more minutes Wednesday than he did on Tuesday. How many total minutes did he practice truck driving? So we've got to add up Monday plus Tuesday plus Wednesday. See our variables there? Our letters. Those are going to represent numbers. Monday's number plus Tuesday's number plus Wednesday's number. Monday's number is given to us. Monday's number is 22 minutes. Tuesday's number is given to us. It is 14 minutes. Wednesday's number is not given to us. Wednesday's number is 6 more than Wednesday, or I apologize, than Tuesday. So Wednesday's number is equal to Tuesday plus 6. Tuesday is equal to 14. So Wednesday's number is equal to 14 plus 6, which is equal to 20. I haven't solved the problem yet. What questions do I have about that so far? I'm not shocked that there aren't a lot of questions because when I looked at DMR this morning, over half of you didn't do it. That's a problem. It needs to get done today. Now I can add them all up. 2 plus 4 plus nothing is equal to 6. 20 plus 10 is 30. Plus 20 more is 50. 56 minutes is your correct answer. Questions on that? Okay, let's check it out. Next one. Read the scale to determine the weight of the object or objects. The scale is given to us in pounds. We start at 0. It's past the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the arrow has stopped right here at 9. So this weight is 9 pounds. Questions on that one? Okay, next up. Find the value of the variable. Something, which is y, divided by 4 is equal to 6. I know when I divide that I need 4 groups. 2, 3, 4. My answer tells me that there are going to be 6 objects in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 divided into 4 groups puts 6 objects in each group. You might also remember this because of your fact families, okay? We have 4 and 6. When those are multiplied together, they equal 24. When they are divided, they equal 4 and 6. Those numbers work together. Questions on that one? Yes, William.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was just plus.
Gotcha. All right. How long is the object in inches? Here we go. We've got 1 full inch, 2 full inches, 3 full inches, 4 full inches, 5 full inches, and then apart. 5, 5, 5, 5. Nope, no 3. I can also see that this is longer than 5 inches, so I'm going to get rid of the one that just says 5 inches only. Now I'm going to look at my first greater line that it hops to, and there's only one of them. It is not in the middle, so that means that this is 5 1/4. Our first hop on our ruler in 3rd grade is going to be the 1/4, as is noted inside of your notebook that has all of your answers with the patterns. Okay. Questions? Yes, Terrence.
Do we ever? Oh, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. All right, friends. Get your DMRs done. 12:15 is when they unlock. 12:15 is not free time. 12:15 is work time. Just like you wouldn't have an hour of free time if you were sitting inside of the building at Indian Creek, you do not have an hour of free time at home. I had 9 people do their DMR yesterday. 10 of you did not. That is unacceptable. And if you are not going to put in the practice, then I will not allow you to take the test and I will give you a 0% F because you did not practice all week. So these do have consequences. Get your DMR done. Thank you to the 9 of you who did that. You can thank yourself for growing your brain and keeping your mind fresh. Okay? DMRs are at 12:15. You get them done. Tim, question. All right, let me know if you remember, kiddo. All right, friends, here we go. Hansel and Gretel. Hop to. On your activities, your Mint Mobile redesign has been pinned to the top, remember? So scroll down, it will be the first activity there. We have been looking at fairy tales and the situations that the characters get themselves into in order to use mathematics to help them solve their problems. Yesterday, we helped the wolf divide food so that he didn't have to eat Little Red Riding Hood and the granny. Today, we're going to see how we can help Hansel and Gretel escape the witch. Click on that add response, please. All right. Hansel and Gretel adding and subtracting. Hansel and Gretel have avoided trouble from the witch this time, but they tell a believable story to their friends and family. Help them accurately calculate the amount of candy they saw in the house so they aren't called liars. Hop to slide 2, please. We are reviewing addition and subtraction. Remember, each day this week, we're focusing on a different operation. We've done multiplication, we've done division, today's addition and subtraction, tomorrow's your test. So tomorrow you're going to have to figure out which operation is going to be used and solve the problem accordingly, okay? Here is a review of addition with regrouping and what it means to regroup when you are combining numbers together.
Ants above ground plus 43 ants underground. 7 plus 3 equals 10. Each one of them is my special insect friend. 0 stays on the floor, the 10 heads next door. The sum is getting close, so I add once more. 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 4 is 8. My little brother thinks they would taste great. We mathematicians add with precision. Inside and 15 hens are outside. To find out how many hens are in the coop, we gotta know how to add and regroup. 9 plus 5 equals 14. Write the 4, the 10 carries. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4. I wish the farmer was a herbivore. We mathematicians add with precision. It's inevitable, but check your work and it'll be indubitable. The best way to check your addition is by subtraction, the inverse operation. Take either addend and subtract from the sum. If you get the other addend, your work is done. When presented with a double-digit problem, number rockers always check after we solve them. We mathematicians add with precision.
Addition. So when we have those double digits in our ones place or our tens place, we're going to push them back together and move them over into a column, okay, so that they can stick in their correct place value. Yes, Levin, a question?
Wait, can you go back to the screen?
I can. There you are.
So, say it's 10 plus 7. And we would still, and the ones would be at the bottom, right?
Are you saying this 10 plus 7 like that?
Yeah.
Yes, because there's not 2 digits. This is only 1 digit. The problem is when it's 7 plus 3, that equals 10, and we can't put 10 right here, or that changes the answer to 810. So we've got to move that digit up so that it's into the tens place.
All right.
So this is still 10. It's just the 1 is up top and the 0 is down bottom. Okay, so it splits them. All right. Let's take a look at our subtraction. We also use regrouping in subtraction, but this time it looks like borrowing. Okay. Ooh, no, I don't want to donate money to Khan Academy. Thank you, though.
So let's see if we can subtract 25 from...
Pause. We're not going to watch this full thing, just a few, and then talk about them.
83, or if we can figure out what 83 minus 25 is. And I encourage you to pause the video and see if you can work through it. So I'm assuming you've had a try, and when you tried to work through it, you probably first went to the ones place right over here, and you probably said, hey, I have 3 ones on top, and from that I want to subtract 5 ones. But then you said, wait, I can't subtract 5 ones from 3 ones. 5 is more than 3. What do I do?
Okay, so again, here's why for a visual answer. We have 3 objects. Let's make those bigger. 1, 2, 3. It's asking us to get rid of 5. So we're going to subtract 5 of them. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Where's numbers 4 and 5? They don't have enough. Okay, so this is what's going to happen.
And what you do is what I'm about to show you. You do something called regrouping. You take some of the value that's in the tens place and put it into the ones place. What am I talking about? I'm going to do it 3 different ways so you really hopefully understand what's going on. Well, you want this 3 to be more ones. You want it to be at least as large as 5 or larger. So how do you do that? Well, you could take a 10 from the tens place. So instead of having 8 tens here, you could take one of them away, and then you're going to have 7 tens here. And then if you take a 10, because I just took a 10 away from here, and you put it in the ones place, that's going to be 10. So 10 plus 3 is 13. 10 plus 3 is 13. So what did I do again? 83 is 8 tens and 3 ones. You could also think of it as 7 tens and 13 ones.
Okay, so what I want us to remember here, nothing changed. The value has not changed. Here's 8 tens and 3 ones. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83. Okay, this has a total value of 83. This also has a total value of 83. 7 tens and 13 ones. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 13 ones, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. This is still 83. Okay. Remember our example with our dollar bills? This is one piece of paper that is worth $10. If I go get 10 ones and fanned them out, those would also be worth $10. It just looks different. Okay. But it is the same amount. So far, we haven't subtracted anything in this equation. We've just changed the way that it looks. Questions on that? Okay.
And I'm going to do it again in a couple of different ways to make that clear. But let's just work through this now. Because now you have 13 ones minus 5 ones, which is going to be 8 ones. And then you go to the tens place and you say 7 tens minus 2 tens. Well, that's going to be 5 tens. So your answer is going to be 5 tens and 8 ones, or 58.
Okay.
Now,
so that is regrouping for subtraction. If you get to your independent work and you're struggling with remembering how to regroup in addition or subtraction, come watch these videos. Look at those visuals. They're right there to help you out. Okay? All right, hop to slide 3. Let's look at our math story today. Dun, 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 dun. Hansel and Gretel with a pinch of common sense. If you are not familiar with the story of Hansel and Gretel, it is about a brother and a sister who travel through the woods. On their journey, they stumble across a house that is made out of cookies and candy. The witch made the house out of cookies and candy because she likes to eat children. So she knows that children would come to a house that looks like cookies and candy, and she could trap them and have them for her supper. Okay? Hansel and Gretel are going to be safe this time, But let's take a look at how much candy and cookies that witch tried to put on that house. Hansel and Gretel lived at the edge of a forest with their parents and their dog Pretzel. On the weekends, the family often camped out in the forest. One Saturday, the children wandered off from the campground to follow a little white bird. Hansel left a trail of breadcrumbs to help them find their way back. He loved to count, so he counted each crumb as he dropped it. When Hansel and Gretel turned around to go back, they saw a bird eating the last of the breadcrumbs. Dun, dun, dun. Wow, I really should have dropped something else along the path, said Hansel. Thank goodness we ate a big breakfast. It might take a while to find our way back. Thank goodness I'm a Girl Scout, said Lily Gretel. I'll show you which berries we can eat for a snack. I learned about directions in 2nd grade, said Hansel. We came from the east where the sun rose, so we should walk to the east. That doesn't make any sense. The children walked for an hour. Then they stopped to search for berries. Gretel pushed aside two large tree branches. Oh my! A gingerbread house covered with candy stood in the clearing. Since Hansel loved counting, he said, "Wait, let's count the candies before we eat any. That way we can tell our friends just how amazing this gingerbread house was." Hansel recorded the numbers in a small math notebook. There were 326 gumdrops on the front of the house. The roof was made of 497 chocolate candies. The sides were covered with 538 jelly beans, and 605 candy hearts decorated the windows. Hansel and Gretel were still counting when they heard a woman's voice cackling from inside the house. Counting, counting, little mouse, who is counting on my house? Out of the door hobbled a very little old witch with very poor eyesight. She hadn't seen the children yet, but she had smelled them with her crooked green nose. Hansel and Gretel crept back into the forest and then raced toward the east. Within half an hour, they had found their parents and Pretzel. We were getting worried about you, their father said. The next day was Halloween, so Hansel and Gretel didn't really miss the candy from the gingerbread house. Gretel dressed as a witch and Hansel dressed as a gingerbread house. Dun, 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 dun. With their friends, they collected 166 gumdrops, 375 chocolate candies, 138 sticks of gum, 198 hard candies, 53 pennies, and 48 boxes of raisins. Hansel wrote down all the numbers, and each day he recorded how many were left. All right, there's our story. We're going to use the numbers from this to keep track of how much candy Hansel and Gretel ate. Hop to slide 4, please. Slide 4 says, at the gingerbread house, how many gumdrops and candy hearts were there all together on the gingerbread house? Okay, so this section of text right here is about the gingerbread house. Remember at the end, they also got Halloween candy. This question isn't about that. This question is about on the gingerbread house. Okay, so let's take a look at what our equation will be, and I'd like for you to write this with me. Our equation is going to be gumdrops, let's use a G, plus our candy hearts. Let's use a C. And that's going to tell us the total amount. Why are we adding? Because it says how many gumdrops and candy hearts were there all together. And is combining, all together is combining. If we put things together, we are adding them to each other. Questions on that so far? Okay. So you are going to take a look at the text and we're going to see how many gumdrops. Let's look. Hansel recorded the numbers in a small notebook. There were 326 gumdrops. So let's record that number. 326 plus our candy hearts. The roof was made of chocolate. Nope, we don't care about that. The sides were covered with jelly beans. Nope, we don't care about that. Here we go. And 605 candy hearts. 605 candy hearts equals. Okay. Now I don't have enough space to stack up my equation, so I'm actually going to work it off to the side here. You can feel free to do the same if you need more space. But I do want you to record this equation somewhere stacked on top of each other so we can show the regrouping. I didn't show you a regrouping video for fun. I showed it to you because I'm checking in on your ability to remember this before I send you to 4th grade, because it's very important. So you need to show me that you know how to do it. Bella, we're writing an equation. 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. That's a 2-digit number, so I'm going to carry my 10. 1 10 plus 2 10s plus no 10s is equal to 3 10s. 300s plus 600s is equal to 900. So the total answer will go right here on my line, 931 candies. Okay. I'm going to send you into a breakout room for number 2. So let's talk about setting it up really quick for success. Number 2 says, how many candies were there all together? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. All together on the front and roof of the house. On the front and roof. Let's go look in the text where it talks about the front of the house and the roof of the house. I would highlight that if I were you. Okay, front of the house and roof of the house. You're going to go solve this with your breakout room. Okay. You need to decide, are you using addition or subtraction? And what numbers are you adding or subtracting? Okay, get ready to hop in with your break. Your correct answer is 823 candies. 823, that's the first 3 numbers of my home phone number growing up. 823, questions on that? Yes, Terrence?
I was gonna say, can I share?
Not right now, but thank you for asking, because we all just shared with our partners. All righty, 823. Let's take a look at our next one. The witch started with 600 jelly beans. How many had she eaten before Hansel and Gretel arrived? Okay, so let's start with what we know. We are starting with 600. We are subtracting the number that she had eaten. Go ahead and write that variable down. 600 subtract the number she had eaten. Now, why did I choose subtraction for this? Why is this a subtraction problem and not an addition problem? Brayden?
Because it says how much she eaten before 600 jelly beans.
Yes. Okay, so here's a lovely example for you. Here's a payday. It's got peanuts on it. Let's say there's 40 peanuts here. Ready? Are there still 40 peanuts there? Nope, because I ate them. I took them away. They were subtracted. Okay? Thanks for giving me a reason to eat that. It's been looking at me all day. All right. When we eat something, they're going away. We're subtracting them. Okay? So 600 subtract how many she ate. Well, let's go see how many she ate. The roof was made of 497 chocolate candies. The sides were, there they are. The sides were covered with 538 jelly beans. Okay, so 600 subtract the number that she ate is equal to 538. Okay. Miss Sousa, how are we going to do that? Guys, I'm so glad you asked. Remember on our fact families, how we can just switch numbers around in subtraction if we start with the big number? So 7 minus 5 equals what? That would also be 7 minus what equals 5, right? We can switch these around, just like a fact family. We know that that equals 2, okay? 7, 5, and 2 are an addition and subtraction fact family. Fact families also exist between larger numbers. We just don't recognize them quickly, okay? So we can rewrite this as our 600. Oops, let me switch back to seesaw controls. There we go. We can write this, and I'm going to do it over here to the side so I have room, as 600 minus the 538 that are there is going to give me how many she had eaten. Okay? I'm creating a fact family here. 600 subtract 538 is impossible in the ones place because there's not enough there. So we've got to go, oh no! There's not any 10s either. Brayden, what do I do?
Well, first you gotta borrow some 10s from the 30, and then, well, actually from 6. My bad.
No problem. From the
My
600.
dad's- my
Okay.
dad's calling me.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead and answer it. You got it started. We're going to borrow from our hundreds place. Okay. That's going to give us 10 10s. Now that we've got 10 10s, we can double borrow to get enough of the ones. Again, remember, just like that illustration on the video, we have not subtracted anything yet. All we have done is change the way it looks, okay? We've just regrouped them. We've put them into new groups, okay? Taking a look at your screens. Tim's on it. Josh is on it. Jalen's on it. Aiden G's on it. William's on it. Good. I love seeing people writing the equations. Thank you. Okay. Brayden, you said you're good now. Help me out. 10 ones subtract 8 ones is how many ones?
2.
Yes, sir. 2 ones. I've got 9 10s. I'm going to subtract 3 of them. How many 10s?
6.
Yes, sir. 500s subtract 500s.
Can't do that. It's gonna have to be a 0.
It's a 0, and we don't have to put that. It's imaginary. So the
Yep.
witch ate 62 jelly beans. That's a bellyache waiting to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Okay, 62 jelly beans. That's probably what turned her nose green. She probably ate too many green jelly beans. Okay. Questions on that? All right. You today are going to be solving some addition and subtraction problems for practice. Pay attention. Mr. McKinney made a mistake and put some rounding problems in here, and we're not doing rounding, so we're going to cross out some of those equations, okay? Hop to slide 5. On slide 5, number 5 is a rounding equation. Cross it out. I did not say cross out both of them on slide 5. I said cross out the second question. Okay, the first question is appropriate. Hop to slide 6, please. Slide 6 is perfectly fine. You're going to do both of these equations. But on slide 7, you're also going to cross out that second equation. Okay, so we crossed out 2 equations. We crossed out number 5, the second part. We crossed out slide 7, the second part. Those are rounding problems. We're not doing rounding. We're doing addition and subtraction. Okay, got it? All right. The rest of these you are going to solve. On 8 and 9, this is fluency, just some quick math facts that I want you to practice. On your word problems, I expect to see equations. I expect to see your work. This will be accepted when you show me your work. If all you do is type an answer, congratulations, your calculator did your work for you, not your own brain. You worked your fingers out, not your mind. Okay? Equations. I want to see the work. The focus of our lesson was regrouping. Regrouping. Your calculators do not show you regrouping. You with me? Okay. Show your work. All right, friends, that's what I got for you.